All right, guys, welcome to my first quantified update. The acorns have been in the dirt for about a month, and we are already seeing some results from our experiment. So every single morning, I've been coming downstairs and checking the acorns, and different ones have been sprouting up all over the place, and I've been just really excited to just see them coming up and see which ones are living. We already got a couple casualties. So I did sort them out with the floating method, where you take the acorns, you put them in water, and if they float, that means that there's a problem inside and you should get rid of them. And if they sink, that means they're good to use. I did do that process, and all the ones that I planted did sink. However, some of the acorns now have a hole in them, and they had like a little slug or something that ate its way out of there. So those acorns aren't living, and they're not going to make it, which is a bit of a bummer because that's going to kind of mess with my results here. But we'll have to work around that. There's quite a few that are living, and it's really exciting to see because they're kind of all popping out in different areas. We're already getting some really good results just based on the different factors. Already some of the I think the sprouting rate is already kind of showing up, especially when it comes to temperature. So currently we have 23 sprouts. 9 of them are in the 65-degree soil temperature, and 14 of them are in the 75-degree temperature. So that means we have a 50% better sprouting rate already just in the warmer temperatures. Now, that doesn't mean that the cooler temperatures won't catch up and that maybe the warmer temperatures will have some problem down the road. But right now, the warmer temperatures are really looking good for these acorns. The planting depth also seems really important too. So we have 3 planting depths. We have an acorn that's just sitting on the surface. We have an acorn that started out half buried, and another acorn that is fully submerged in the dirt in each one of the pots here. Now, that got a little messed up because I put those acorns in there before I did my first watering, and when I watered, some of the acorns got buried even more, especially the ones that were halfway deep. So that might mess with the results a little bit. So even if you look in the position where the acorns that are supposed to be at half depth, you can't even see them because they're fully covered with dirt. But that's okay. That's something we need to do better next time. But we're already getting some interesting results here. So for the planting depth, I only have 3 that have sprouted that are sitting on top, 9 that started out halfway in the dirt, and 11 that were all the way in the dirt to begin with. Like I said, some of the ones that were started halfway were actually ended up further down in there. So it messes with the results a little bit. But I think what that really shows is that if that acorn's sitting on top, it has definitely a lower chance of success than if it's partially or fully in the dirt. Right now we're just talking about success rate of getting the acorn started and getting some sprouting. Certainly as they continue further, I'm going to want to collect data on how tall they get and how many leaves sprout out of them. I think certainly on the cooler temperatures, they're just lagging behind a little bit, and they're going to sprout up, and they'll probably have a similar success rate as the warmer temperatures, but maybe just a little bit slower. And we'll definitely see, if that height is impacted when they start growing. Okay, guys, that's the first quantified update. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you got any questions, if there's anything different you want to see on the next quantified update, and I'll see you then.